Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Behind me, 2014 Ford Escape. We're gonna be replacing the inner and outer tie rod. Let's do it. First thing we wanna do is jack the vehicle up, put it on jack stands, and we'll pull our tire off. Now this vehicle was in a little crunch, and you can see it bent our inner tie rod. The outer tie rod is probably okay, but we're gonna replace it anyway. It also bent our lower control arm. We'll replace that in a different video. Before separating our tie rod from the knuckle, we're gonna break this jam nut. Mine is a 24 millimeter. Give it a good tug. Oh, that's it. Got it. Wasn't too bad. Now we'll take off this nut is a 15 millimeter. Because we're replacing it, feel free to hit on the stud if that's what you need. I'm gonna tap on the knuckle here, cause some vibration. That's all we needed to get it off. There we go. Now we'll count how many turns it takes to take off the outer tie rod, and that's how many turns we'll use to put the new one on our new inner tie rod. So 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, almost 23. So we'll keep that number in our mind. Take our jam nut off all the way. That was a 24 mil. I'll probably just use my impact. If you don't have an impact, there's a spot to put a wrench right back here by our bellows boot. That can hold it from turning. We'll just buzz this one off. No, that's not spinning. For some reason, this isn't coming off, so we'll go to plan B. Having a good angle grinder with a cutoff wheel works pretty good. Make sure to wear safety glasses. Nice, we got it. Let that cool off for a second. So now we want to get our bellows boot off. We have one clamp here up front. Just get with a pair of pliers. And let me zoom you into the back. We have a clamp we got to get back there too. Hopefully you can see right there, there's a little nub. You want to take a long screwdriver or a pry bar, knock on that nub, and that'll break that clamp loose. That clamp is a one-time use, so we don't have to worry about it. We use a really strong zip tie when we put it all back together. Just with a long pry bar, get in on there, give it a tap. There we go, that's it. Pull it out, show you what it looks like. It's just this clamp here, and it's this little nub that you're knocking on that pops it loose. Now we can pull our boot off. A good tug from behind. There we go. Perfect. Now we'll pull on this. A lot of times it'll turn inside out. That's perfectly okay. Oh, nice. I don't think this one will turn inside out. Yeah, perfect. If it does turn inside out, that's okay. You can just return it right side. Okay, let's pull off our inner. There are a few different styles of tools for inner tie rods. I like using this thing. It's kind of like a universal tool. We'll slide it on. Sorry if my arm's in your way. I'll just tighten it up. Now we'll get our long extension with a breaker bar. Break that loose. Here goes nothing. Ugh. That wasn't too bad. I'll just turn this off. Okay, that's it. All right, now we'll take our brand new one. We're gonna use that same orange little lock washer spacer thing. Just tighten it on. There we go. Kind of hard to get it started, but we got it. And then we'll put our tie rod tool back on. Tighten it up again. Scoot you back. Now, according to the information I have, this is torqued to 61 foot-pounds. Pull off our tool. All right, that's it. Let me zoom you back in. With our inner tie rod, they gave us a packet of grease. What we want to do, open that up. We'll take our inner tie rod, push it all the way down, pack it with grease. There we go. Now we'll move it all the way up. Do the same thing underneath. Go to the side, same thing. Fill it full of grease. And then to the other side. All right. Make sure that's in there good. Put it back to center. Now we're ready for our boot. First we want to take our nut off. Slide our boot on. Now there's an indent in our inner tie rod. It'll just slide and fall right into place. Now for the sake of ease getting our inner boot on, we're going to turn the wheel all the way in the other direction. That'll take our inner tie rod, suck it in all the way, and it'll be easier putting on our zip tie for our inner clamp. Now that that's all the way in, I'll go ahead and make sure the boot is over our steering rack. just like that, and you'll kind of feel it snap over. Now that it's over, I'm gonna put a nice strong zip tie in place of that inner clamp. That's as tight as we can get it so our boot doesn't come off. Now we'll just clip the excess with a pair of side cutters. Nice and clean. Now we'll go in, straighten out our wheel, bring our inner tie rod back out, and then we'll put on our outer tie rod. Perfect, let me back you up a little. Throw on our outer boot clamp before we forget. Put our nut on. We'll thread on our new outer tie rod. I believe we were about 23 almost. Yours may be different, and this will get us just in the ballpark. Gonna get in alignment anyway. And there's 1, 2, 3, 22, 23. Just jam that down. Okay, we'll put this in our knuckle. Just like that. Got a new nut, screw that on. Perfect. My new nut is a different size than what came off. It's a 17 mil. Yours may be different. I have 35 foot-pounds for this and 66 foot-pounds for this. And because it's getting in alignment and I'll have to crack this loose again anyway, I'm just gonna go good and snug for now. Well, that's it. All right, there you go. That's how you can replace an inner and outer tie rod on a Ford Escape. When you do take it to the alignment shop, it may drive a little funny. That's because now your toe is out. So the alignment shop will take care of that. Just keep that in mind as you're driving. It may steer a little different. Once you take it to the alignment shop, they align it. It'll be right back to the way it was, and you're good to go. All right, thanks for watching. I'll have links in the description for all the parts and tools used. If you have any questions, comments, post down below. See you on the next one.